the 4 key changes in mindset that I'll propose you guys actually cultivate during this month. Number first one is on empathy and integrity. Period 9 itself, this is the key, right? It's very, very important, is to learn to listen, not to just hear, to observe, not to just see, to feel, which is wrong spelling as well, not to think, right? And integrity, of course, be true, okay? Not just to others. In fact, I feel to others doesn't really matter, all right? But most importantly, to yourself. Very, very, very important, because these things will get you prepped for period 9, okay? Otherwise, period 9 time, you will tend to see a lot of things. And these are slow kind of things that we need to cultivate. Then when we move there, we will see the difference, right? Resilience and personal power, right? Cultivating this, very important. How to do it? First, accept yourself, okay? Accept yourself as it is. You are flawed, I am flawed, okay? Maybe one person is an asshole, it's okay. Accept yourself being an asshole, right? So acceptance is key. Learning from mistakes. Learn from a mistake. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, right? I say this now, right? But I know deep down I got trouble with that one, okay? Right? Reflection and wisdom, very important, okay? You need to be clear with things, right? Take ownership, right? Meaning whatever things that you decide on, be responsible over it. Don't blame people about it, right? Own up your crap, own up your shit. But it also means by the time you own up your things that you don't like about yourself, you will also like and learn to appreciate the good things about yourself, okay? Passion and authenticity, very important. Always be curious, okay? I know that many people don't like to watch world news, but I do encourage you all to do so, right? I used to be like that too. It made me become very ignorant and not really understood what's real out there, right? And I think that itself sparked a lot of creativity in me. It may not be a very direct link, but having the sense of curiosity does spark a lot of inner creativity, and that itself will help us in terms of discovering our passion, right? Of course, you need to fill yourself with purpose, right? Don't judge, okay? We try to, all right? I know every human judge at some point, right? I admit I do, okay? So, but we try not to. Even if we do, we admit we do, all right? So we are not saints, okay? It's very hard to be one, all right? So just be true to yourself, right? No judgment. Don't try not to judge, okay? Also be a bit nice to yourself. Don't hit yourself whenever you start judging people, right? Most importantly, have fun. Don't take life so seriously, right? And that is how you can cultivate your passion and authenticity, yeah, by just doing little things, okay? These are the mindsets, yeah. The next one is on beauty and self-love. Is very important, right? Which is also a very period 9 thing, right? So beauty is not just about other people, but it's also about ourselves, okay? We can only truly see beauty on others, the real beauty, if we can see the beauty in us, okay? Which is also about all our self-worthiness, how worthy you feel about yourself, how much you know about yourself, all right? How much little detail. So a lot of like practices that enhances your sensitivity. Some people do meditation and yoga. Like me, I personally do yoga and meditation, enhances a lot of these things, right? So you can actually practice that. Embrace your uniqueness. Very important. Even though you're different, it's fine. Okay, just all self-love activity, right? So these are the kind of mindset that you probably want to cultivate, right? I would say probably I would say you must cultivate, okay? I want to learn to be not so diplomatic, all right? So 5 conscious action, right? You got to slowly implement to succeed in your career. So first we talk about a mindset. Secondly, we want to talk about the real action things that you want to do, right? And I think these few points here are very important, right? Moving forward, okay? Because we do not want things to happen first and then we start get shocked and not ready for it, right? So slowly, if you can, try to implement it, in your day in, day out. The reason why I chose career is also because it's majority of our time in, right? So probably this is where you can actually adopt some of the changes first, right? So the first one, okay, you see, in career management, back in period 8, it's all about stability and safe. Everything is given by company. Everything is guaranteed. Every night you go to bed, you wake up, end of the month, you still get paid, correct? Right. I understand that full-time 9 to 10. Oh, wait. Some people work until 10 o'clock, all right? So basically, these are all period 8 stuff. Okay, moving forward to period 9, it's about personal freedom, right? Meaning to say, okay, you probably want to have some voice or have some input on how you want to work, right? Also, when it comes to employment agreements, okay, it doesn't always have to come in just one way, right? Meaning now employments are all about you giving to one side, correct? The company gives you and tell you what to do and stuff like that. But when in period 9, right, a lot has to come in 2 ways, yeah. So if you yourself do not voice out and say what you want, you'll probably, you know, be eaten up and be a robot, like replaceable, basically. Okay, so freedom agreement is very important. And the employment does not always needs to be permanent. Yeah, meaning to say, there will be also a lot of contractual job, independent contractor, freelancing jobs available. So one person can just be doing freelance all the time. Yeah, so career management is under this category. Two-way management, flexible hours. People will be moving there, moving forward. Okay, I know maybe some companies do not adopt it right now, but it's possible that you can ask for it. Yeah, look at the changes nowadays. Okay, many big companies has already started doing this. Many big companies have already opened up roles for independent contractors. They are hired for project basis, like me, right? So we want to look into that, which also means whenever it comes to your career management, right? Personal branding is very important, because your career is very personal thing already. If you're not purchased by the company and sit down in there, you got to deal with your own personal branding, right? Meaning to say, I'm not sure how headhunters will work like in the future. Perhaps there needs to be a little bit tweak as well. They might need to show more values in terms of what and how they can serve the future market. But branding, you have to brand yourself these days. I mean, moving forward, these days you can see already, moving forward is even more, right? Meaning why you are employed is possibly because of who you are, what you have done. People need to know you as you. Okay, it's not just like hopping from one company to another, then it's literally you're a robot. All right, the next one is on payment and salary, right? Money, right? So why I say payment and salary, because it doesn't always have to be salary, right? Sometimes it's just a service, a payment, right? So payment and salary is going to be based, it was based on status, experience, and education in period 8. So basically, hey, you know, like our parents used to tell us, hey, if you don't study hard, you're not going to get a job, you're not going to get highly paid. And most, if not all, the longer you stay in the company, the higher you're going to get paid. But through this in period 9, it's not going to be like that anymore, right? Meaning to say, a lot of payment and salary is going to be based on impact and values. And I mean intangible values, right? Because I understand now there are many people who are actually getting paid based on impact, such as salespeople, commission-based, right? So how much you earn in sales is how much you're going to get in terms of your certain commission. But then again, I think it's a very important point to bring up, because if we ourselves do not see and do not put ourselves in a place whereby we can contribute true values that gives an impact, probably we will be left out in the future. And if you don't know what on earth you're good at or what kind of value you can serve, what do you think the company will see in you? Nothing. Maybe replace it with a robot. Because if everything is the manual type, right? Every month just create report, right? A robot can do it and without mistakes and on time. You don't need to deal with stuff coming in late in the office. Okay. So we want to know and see and slowly move ourselves to getting payment and salary through the impact. And it all and those who are owning companies and managing people, right? You can actually see it this way. It's a new angle for you to measure impact for the company. Yeah, meaning to say, right? Example, mental health is an issue, but mental health don't directly contribute to sales. Yeah, so how are we going to reward the counselor, right? Especially human resource. Okay, are they just going to do payroll? Is that it? Is that what the value is, right? So we want to see that, okay, what kind of values that you can give more. Okay, so we want to evaluate that as well and be part of those who can actually give true impact in the company or wherever you're working for. Okay, next one is on structure and team management. Period 8 is all about hierarchy, rank base, boss and stuff, single functional department. And I can tell you, those who works in a big company, you would understand, we like to tai chi stuff. Okay, whatever belongs to my department, settle, pass it to you. Call me, no, not my business. How many people actually face that? I did, all right? So people don't bother because it's not part of their job. Okay, so moving forward is not going to be that anymore, right? Because if you start to change the way how your team functions, it's not going to be that way. And you know, by doing all this kind of hierarchy and rank base, there's a lot of bureaucracy in between. How long does it take to actually complete one thing? Very long. And we're talking about period 9 being fast, right? So fast means what? Work in teams. Okay, fast means we work as partnership role basis, right? Meaning, although there are still bosses, but boss just do a boss role, right? They have a role in that sense, but they still go and eat lunch with you. They still hang out with you eye to eye, same level, same floor, you know, things like that. Transparency, right? Also, perhaps you want to focus on doing what you're good at, right? Meaning you can start in your team. Maybe your team specific person are good at something. You can just assign them to that, right? Cross-functional team, like I said. If there is a way that you can structure the department whereby they are themselves, but not as a separate department that deals with their own life, you work together on project basis, right? And that itself will allow the people, okay, to know that, oh, that project is mine. I need to get involved, right? I contribute to that project. I need to get involved in that, right? And you can see that the effectiveness of the workflow will be enhanced. Yeah, because people are no longer selfish. People are no longer like, oh, I take care of my own job, this department only. There are many people are like that. So yes, Raj, correct. Friend and Rockwell structure is very important. Yeah. So basically, partnership and role based, right? Which I never touched upon this, right? By the way, just put there. If you have this, you can activate them through friend and Rockwell stars. Right, is a very important star during period 9. Okay, so if you know your 10 gods, right, basically how you want to activate that is through your friend stars and Rockwell stars. Okay, right. Thank you guys for answering. Right, so KPI as well. So KPI means it's like key performance index, right? How you define a success or outcome. If you're a boss or if you're a team leader, you want to also look at it, right? So traditionally in period 8, all the expected outcome is given from top bottom. Top management will tell you to do this. You repeat. Okay, so during appraisal time, they will tell you in a certain form, you mark this and that. Okay, how many of you guys still do that? Okay, so basically in appraisal form, there's numbers and stuff like that. So you just submit it every quarterly or every half year or every year. Okay, and you will base on the KPI that you have achieved, and you'll be rewarded based on the KPIs, right? So in period 9, it's not going to be like that anymore. Okay, if you want to start managing the change, I would propose a building outcome team-based type. Okay, meaning to say a specific outcome is not determined by the top management. Top management, right? They don't do the work that you do. Yeah, they just tell you what they want. Okay, Team-based outcome, meaning you are involved in a certain project. You decide as a team, right? What is the next level? What is the outcome that I want to see? So doesn't it make everyone be more participative in the project? It does. And it also makes the quality of the work more effective. And it also makes everyone's voice, okay, being heard of, right? And that is a very period 9 thing because it's involving people again, if you notice, all partnership related, and everyone's input matters, which also means, right? Remember, creativity we need to have because we all need to have a say, right? We all need to have it in us. Okay, so when we work in partnerships as well, we all can say what we want. Remember about clarity? You see, so every little things, yeah, by the way, if you put it in an application of like career or money or family management, you will see the traits are required to make a certain thing successful, right? So by having clarity, partnership, empathy, teamwork, also creativity, you allow this team to come up with a good outcome, and you are involved in it and you're participative in it. There is a reason why if you do team basis outcome, people will always the team will be very involved. They don't mind completing the project because they are involved inside. They are involved inside the specific project. So when it's a very personal project, won't you actually be like passionate to do it, or won't you take more personal initiative to do it? You will. Yeah. So this makes you be happier in your whatever work that you're doing. Okay, so these are one of the changes. The outcome has to be team. I know that you cannot just change this immediately. What I could advise you to do is throughout time, try this out within your small teams. Try this out within your small team, and you will see the impact greatly, right? You need to let go, basically. Remember, letting go of period 8, which is also about this top management side, right? That's why by seeing this, right, you will start to realize which part are you at. Is it period 8 side, period 9 side, or in the middle, right? So the last one is on skills and industry. People like to ask this. People are here, potentially, you guys are here, thinking that I will talk about skills, I will talk about maybe industry that you're going, right? But this is just one of the things that I wish that everyone could have a different look into it. In period 8, right, whenever it comes to skills, we'll pick a job base, we'll pick a skill set or things that we need to learn, right, based on survival. Because, oh, my job need this, I need to do it. So you want to change the industry, you go and do it. Why? Because the industry has more opportunity in period 9. The fact that if you're trying to find out what industry you're trying to get to, just because they got a lot of money in there, that is already a very period 8 mindset. Try to think it that way. Make sense or not? Because you're thinking that you want to leverage on that money, the potential of it. It's not wrong, but if your intention is purely because of that, it's a period 8 thing. Remember, accumulation, hoarding, right? So, of course, I believe most people are in that sense because we are in a hybrid. Okay, we are in a hybrid, right? Period 8 is also talking about, oh, I want to learn something because of the certificate. Period 8 is also talking, okay, I don't care about my own learning, right? I think for many big companies, right, they actually have like a list of classes that you need to go through because you are a certain position. You need to go through certain classes. So the company decides on what you need to learn. That's a very period 8 thing. Okay, so but in period 9, right? Okay, it's going to be something very different, right? Period 9 is going to be something very different, right? Period 9, what you want to learn and what the kind of industry you want to go in, right? It comes from within. The desire comes from you, right? What you want to learn starts from you, okay? Meaning to say, right, you don't just want to learn things because of survival, because my job needs it, because I need to earn more money through that, right? but you want to learn it because there is certain things that you want to achieve. You want to complete a certain task, right? Or if not, you only learned it simply because you want to apply it now, right? It's not because someone asked you to do it, okay? It's not purely because I want to learn something, because I want to take this one and sell it out. Yeah, I tell you, many people are like that, okay? But it's no longer like that, okay? A lot of the true period 9 feeling is that you, in a way, learn something because of you. It can be also entirely because of being fun. Yeah. So meaning to say, it's you who decide, you who plan how your education line is going to be, right? So you got to be quite independent in this. Future is really very independent about how you take care of yourself whenever it comes to career, because the company won't feed you anymore. Or perhaps even if the company is feeding you, you are crippling yourself, right? You won't know how to fish because the people were just giving you the fish, right? So a lot of independent thinking has to come in. Okay, so you want to actually look at it. But as you can see, guys, there are, you see, as we go through from the very beginning, right? There's a lot of 10 gods that's involved, right? Like here, indirect wealth, indirect resource, and friend star, rock wealth stars, friend rock wealth, hurting officer, eating god, friend rock wealth, indirect resource, and hurting officer. Yes, predominantly, there is a lot of specific stars like friend stars, rock wealth star that is very important in period 9, hurting officer as well. Indirect resource as well. So these are the 10 gods that is very important in period 9. But nonetheless, don't forget, these are just actions, right? These are the skill set, the things that you need to do. But there are also elements, other 10 gods, okay, that you can use to develop your mindset. Like direct resource is a very good 10 gods to actually develop your empathy. Yeah, because the true listener, the true empath is actually a direct resource. Yeah, I would say resource star in general, but direct resource more, right? So there are many things. In fact, when you want to manage your own, people might think that, oh, okay, now that where is this one? Now that I need to, in fact, when you want to work in a team, right? You need to also learn how to compromise. Yeah, so that's also a very direct officer, right? Direct officer doesn't always have to be like with status and with power and things like that, but you are a great mediator, right? So you can see that, to be honest, all the 10 gods are really required. Yeah, but it's just that there are some of that, like the rock wealth, hurting officer, friend star, indirect resource, they are possibly more like obvious, that people see, people want to do. Example, like personal branding, introducing yourself, verbally introducing yourself. All these things are no longer like a skill set anymore. It's needed these days, right? So it's some of them are more obvious, but nonetheless, every 10 gods plays a role in period 9. Right? It's just that possibly some might see more importance to it. Okay. Yes, there is a replay. Yeah, you can watch it on Facebook. Correct. Thank you. Right. So bottom line is, guys, as a nutshell, the mindset and action is very important whenever it comes to adopting the period 9. Right? It's not just about understanding the period, doing what, all these things. No. It's more than that, guys. And like I said, what I personally feel that is most effective is when we learn the lesson of it. Okay. And what period 9 is trying to tell us, right? By just doing it is not enough. We need to live the essence of it. Okay. So there are 3 things. The first one, liberation and freedom, right? So adopting the essence, the first essence is liberation and freedom. Be free. Remember, period 8 is Earth, stuck, stagnation. How many of you guys are actually facing being stuck in a place, in a company? I personally experienced a lot in terms of career, right? They are feeling stuck all the time. despite even being stable. Remember, Earth is also stable, correct? But Earth also means stuck, right? So this is the thing that you want to see, okay? Liberation and freedom, right? Interdependence, very important. You are human. We are all human. We live in nature. We work, interact together. What we do is going to reflect in our life. This is a very important key point. Live like a human, right? And the last is alignment of passion. Okay, whatever we do, we must really like it. Yeah, I know it's a bit challenging to many people, and I've always encouraged everyone to have an outlet for passion. Yeah, you may not be able to change your job. It's difficult, I know, unless you have the time, meaning if you're young, okay, and if you have not much of commitment, you can actually make a career out of your passion, right? But I know many people can't, okay, and it's the truth, right? So my suggestion is to find an outlet for you to put your passion into somewhere, right? Don't waste the life. Life is very precious to live with a lot of passion, okay? So period 9 is going to teach us that if we don't learn about it slowly right now, okay? So these are the 3 key points, okay? Wow, you left your corporate office and started freelancing service for 6 months. That's really great. That takes a lot of courage, by the way. It really takes a lot of courage, yeah? And it's true. Feeling free and freedom comes with a lot of courage. Serious, it's not that easy. If you want to live freely, you need to have a huge balls of courage. Seriously, it's really not easy. Yeah, many might think that just let it go, let it go. Yeah, it's true, but if you've been there, you know how it feels like. It is, you need a lot of courage to actually let go of what you used to have and live freely as your own right now. Right? So it takes a lot. Great job. Converting pay allowance into freelance charges. Yes. It sounds like a great deal, yeah, by the way. And in fact, actually, I started to learn to do that too, because I don't just do metaphysics, right? I also, I'm a pharmacist, right? So and my specialty is very niche. Okay, so I serve a lot of pharma companies through projects, and I get paid through my charges per hour. Okay, so that's how we can actually do it.